Welcome into Gamesthetic episode 237, I think. I'm Alex Light with SparkE3. Hope you're having a phenomenal day, whatever day you're listening or watching this show. Still no Zach. I don't know when we're going to get Zach back, I'll be honest. Like, work schedule for him right now because the holidays is crazy, so he'll be back eventually. But we do have John. John, how are you?
Is that just going to be your intro for Zach until he comes back?
Well,
because it's every week so far he's been gone. You've done it.
Well, I just want to establish,
he's coming back.
Yeah, I know.
He's busy right now.
Yeah, he's busy. He'll be back eventually. And when he comes back, he gets like 17 Gamesthetic Game of the Weeks in a row. So it's fine. It's all good. But no, John, how you doing today? We get to talk some Dispatch, some Arc Raiders, some Steam stuff, all sorts of stuff today. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good.
Good.
I didn't tell you this as well. I rolled credits on Digimon this morning.
Oh, okay. So we also get to talk that. All right, nice. That's getting thrown in the mix. All right, that's what's up.
That'll be in there. That'll be in there at some point.
Okay, cool. So yeah, a lot of stuff to talk about here today. Then, especially with Dispatch and the massive success it's been. We have both completed at least one run, so we will talk about that. Up front, we will have spoiler conversations, as well as we will have a non-spoiler portion and a spoiler portion. I will do my best to timestamp this as we are going, so as soon as the show's over, I'm timestamping it for you. And for audio listeners, of course, you'll already be good to go. You'll already be fully timestamped. You'll be good to go. We will be talking Arc Raiders with the Northline update, as well as all of the new Steam announcements this week, because there's a lot of interesting questions about the Steam machine making a return. So we'll talk that. There's the Prime 4 trailer, Pokopia, and then just other random things throughout the show. But if you could subscribe to the channel, be a friend, tell a friend, we'd appreciate extra support. And we'll make sure to shout out some SparkE3 Shop and Rogue Energy later on in the show. So, John, before we really jump into stuff, anything you want to shout out? Any shout outs? I got one shout out, but that's it. What about you?
I don't think I have one right now.
Okay.
Maybe something will come into my mind, but off the top, I don't have anything.
Okay. Well, I do have one shout out that I forgot last week. I messaged Zach about it, and Zach just laughed whenever I told him that I forgot to shout this out. So with the big news that GTA 6 is delayed, that means I have another year before AniMan Plus comes out. Let's go. I got more time. The ongoing joke with this show is with a viewer who's been watching us for a while now. They found us with AniMan Plus. There's an ongoing joke between us and Zach and her where it's like, when's AniMan Plus coming back before GTA 6 comes out? I got more time for it now. So I forgot to shout that out last week. I messaged Zach about it, mad as hell, and he was just laughing at it. So
I guess there's one thing I don't know if you have it in the script for later on. I did message you about it this past week. So this year, Trails in the Sky first chapter came out, and it's currently reported that Trails in the Sky second chapter remake will be out before the end of 2026.
Hell yeah, good 2026 title,
which is exciting for me.
Right.
And any fans of the series.
True.
Any longtime fans or new fans that came in with this remake like I did.
Yeah, I imagine just kind of reusing that same engine is what's going to allow these remakes to potentially get pumped out pretty quickly.
For anybody who's played through the remake, and like when you roll credits on it, they show you they're doing it.
Yeah,
it's like they have a cinematic showing that like, oh hey, yeah, we're working on the second game. It's coming out.
Yep.
So it's like already knew it was happening, but pretty much knowing that it's going to be out before the end of next year is a good feeling.
Yeah, yeah. And I imagine they're probably going to keep running through the line. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, they'll do the third, but then I imagine they'll hop to the fourth game, which I think that's like Azure, I think is the fourth one or something like that. Or it's either from Zero or from Azure or something. I don't remember.
So I think the first set is
Sky
3 games.
Yeah, and then you have the Grand Bull arc.
But of those 3, 1 and 2 are complete story.
Oh, okay.
And then 3, I think the third one, I think, is a carryover from another character.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm not 100% sure on that because I haven't played it yet.
Right. So 3 could take a little bit longer is what you're saying.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It's one where I assume they'll kind of they're gonna try to pump them out at this rate because I
Yeah.
mean, hell, they pump games out anyway.
Yeah. And like I said, if they're using the same engine for each game, it's just going to allow it to go by faster. Because we've seen that time and time again throughout gaming history, whether if it's recent gaming history or dating back all the way to like early 2000s, mid 2000s. Because like I mean, a couple of and mid 2000s examples is the time frame from Ocarina of Time to Majora's Mask, right? Same engine, same, so you're able to get out quickly. I know totally different era and size of games, but then also like the mid 2000s, like the time frame between Persona 3 and all of its variants, like FES and stuff, and the answer all the way to Persona 4 on the PS2 was like only like 2 years. And it's because it's same engine, same asset stuff. So it's like I imagine for the Sky Arc, I feel like you could probably get games, maybe not get the third game in 2027, but maybe 2028,
Yeah.
like probably pretty quick.
I assume they're gonna roll through some of these earlier earlier release games, go through, do the
Yeah.
remakes on as many as makes sense.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
long as they continue to be successful.
Right. Right. No, I feel you on that. All right, so where do we want to start? We were kind of debating before we started the show. What's the vibe? What's the feeling? You want to do some dispatch?
Kick off Steam.
Okay,
'cause
so
that's,
Steam.
That's a pretty fun.
It is,
It's a
yeah.
pretty fun topic.
So we've been kind of all right. So for context, we're kind of figuring out where to put dispatch because like we both agreed we can't really talk about it without spoilers. So we're gonna build up to a little bit. Like I said, there will be timestamps when we do get there because we will talk full spoilers. But let's go ahead and kick things off with Steam. Bunch of Steam news this week. Steam Machine, Steam Frame, the new Steam controller. I mean, you and I both remember the original Steam Machine and that first attempt. I remember seeing it at GameStop with the big promotion behind that, and it just didn't kind of really work out. But I don't know, with this one, with SteamOS kind of integrated in it and just the powerful emulation that's in today's age, if this thing can
makes
emulate,
more
like
sense.
if this thing can emulate in mod, bruh.
It makes more sense now than it did before because they actually have like a fully fleshed out Steam OS now.
Right.
Because essentially their new Steam machine it's just going to be a little box mini PC
Yeah.
that comes with Steam OS on it, the same as the Steam Deck does.
Yep.
Which is great. It's supposed to allow for it's not a top end PC, but it should allow for 60 FPS 4K.
Yeah.
For most games.
Yeah.
Not everything's going to run like that, but most things should, from the sounds of it. So it's going to be hopefully a reasonably priced, essentially mid-range PC.
Right.
That you don't have to worry about. It's like it's essentially for people who want to play their Steam games but don't want to worry about what computer to buy.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like with the success of the Steam Deck, I mean, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's like, I mean, there's been plenty of times where like, I mean, realistically, I'm kind of interested in one because
I am too, honestly.
It's like I'm interested in one for more for like putting it at like my TV setup.
Correct.
Because I have my PC, but there's plenty of games on my PC. I'm like that I have on Steam that I'm like, I kind of like to like sit back and chill while I play the game instead of sitting at my desk.
Yep.
So I mean, it's one where see what the price looks like, but I'm kind of interested in one because I'm less interested in like an Xbox than ever, and if I could replace that with like a Steam machine type box, why not?
True. Your friend Hershey also said, 4K 60 with FSR interview I saw said that it has better hardware than 70% of last Steam hardware survey. And you can cast to your Steam Deck as well. Yeah, no, it's going to have that nice integration between the two of them.
Yeah, I know he's been keeping he was keeping an eye on it more than I was.
I did have something that I wanted to share that I found here on Twitter about it, where it's like Moore's Law is Dead did a kind of an add up of the components, and apparently like the rough add up for everything that's in this thing spec wise is roughly probably about $425. So based on kind of the conversation that Steam is kind of having about it, where it's like they're looking at it to be more priced like an entry PC more so than a console, right? So I mean, it could range anywhere from like 450 to 600, which realistically, I don't think is terrible for what you're kind of getting for it.
My mindset has been more of like the 6 to 650 range.
Hmm.
Just because but my main thought behind that is like top level Steam Deck is like 500, around $500, I think. 450, 500, something like that. And this is supposed to be, granted, you won't be able to take it with you anywhere, but it's
Right.
supposed to be more, like, significantly more powerful.
Yeah.
So makes sense somewhere around that 6 to 7 range for me.
Hmm. Yeah. No, and I am with you as well. That I'm kind of I'm intrigued by this thing. Like this thing is really interesting to me because I think of all the potential for it. Plus, I'd also just love the meme that people are calling it the GabeCube. You know, because it does look like a GameCube. So I do love the GabeCube. That's pretty sick. I also love that you can customize the front because it's got the magnetic panels. That's neat. But no, I mean, just like as I'm with you, like as you know, and I've said on the show, I'm a console gamer because I like to sit back. I like to sit back in my chair, prop my feet up, kick back, play on a TV. Right? I've got a gaming PC. Is it a high end one currently in 2025? No, I'm a 30 series GPU, so it's still good, but I don't got a 40 or a 50, right? But man, I just like playing it in front of the TV. You know, could I finagle some stuff and get things set up where my PC could be on my TV? Absolutely. But do I want to do that? Absolutely not. But something like this is interesting because, like, you know, I don't personally have the Steam Deck. That's my wife, but I have messed around on it and played with it. You've played it. You know, overall runs really well for stuff. You immediately jumped in and tested Cyberpunk, which I love that Cyberpunk is like the bar because I
Well,
saw a video, I think it was from PC Gamer, that also they led off with like, all right, so we jumped in, we tested Cyberpunk on the Steam machine. I'm like, I love how that's the bar. That's great. That's
was just
awesome. It's a
like,
great test.
it was, I mean, the reason it was my test was also I was playing Cyberpunk at the
Yeah.
time. So I was like,
Yeah.
I guess I'll see how this
Because
runs.
listen, it's not even just that too, because it's like Cyberpunk was one of the launch games I bought for the Switch 2, and the first thing I put in my Switch 2 because I wanted to test it in handheld. Like I love this Cyberpunk is yeah. Let's see how this thing runs Cyberpunk. But no, I mean it's interesting for me because it's like with you, there are games that I'd rather just play sitting at the watching the TV versus being at my desk. So I mean the Steam machine with the possibilities for it. I've seen so many people talk about it. Like, dude, if this thing can, you can get in it and kind of like mod your game still and, do any emulation. This thing is next level. And I'm like, I can agree with that. Like, this thing looks really impressive. And man, the price point for it, that's going to be the big thing, especially if it comes bundled with the controller, which
Well, though,
I would imagine safely it would, and it would not be sold separately, but you never know.
I I assume it'll be sold separately and then also have a controller bundle.
Yeah, correct. That's the way I picture it too. But with this, my first line of thinking that I had is that obviously we've beat this like a dead horse, but man, I feel like this is a thing that's going to potentially really replace the Xbox. Like,
I
obviously,
mean, that's the real, like I said, legitimately, that's my thought.
yes, okay, yeah.
Because
I
it's
think
like,
this is going to be the thing to replace the Xbox.
because it's like, because that's exactly what I was talking about. It's like, I don't have interest in buying another Xbox.
Right.
So if I can move that out of my TV stand and insert this new box, that'd be great for me.
Yeah, get yourself a GabeCube. You know. No, I mean, I also, further thought that just because of like where Xbox is going with their next piece of hardware. And then I saw a very lengthy post from Phil Spencer about the announcement of like the Steam machine, just kind of congratulating Steam on the, on the announcement and making sure to point out that, Microsoft is one of the #1 publishers to Steam in the world. I'm like, you're really hammering it home that you're going to go into just straight publishing someday. Like you're really leaning into that. So it's just like, the Steam machine feels like that is actually the next Xbox to an extent, just to an extent. Which, the power for the Steam machine, looking at that 4K 60 and with the FSR, I saw people kind of giving rough people that actually know what they're talking about because I sure as shit know that it's like right under kind of a PS5. Some people saying it's like a little bit higher than an Xbox Series S, not as high as an Xbox Series X, or not as high as a PS. Kind of just right
But
in there. It's like that's still really good.
Yeah, I mean, that's still
Especially just coming out next year. That's not bad.
like the average person, that plays games, they're not going to be able to tell the difference.
Yeah.
Between, like, in a general sense, they're not gonna be able to tell the difference between like the extra 20 frames you're gonna get, or like that extra maybe that jump from like high to ultra quality.
Hmm.
Because it's like, hell, most of the games I play, I go in and I turn half the stuff I turn down to low, half the stuff I turn up to as high as I can send it.
Right, yeah, man.
Because it's like I don't as good as like generalized settings are. I don't like a lot of it's fluff,
Mhm.
at least to me. And yeah, so it's one where I mean, if it's right below a PS5, that's still great.
Yeah, it's still good.
It's like PS5 still really hasn't been pushed to its
Yeah,
limits.
still very underused in terms of its power.
Yeah, at least like for consoles haven't extracted the full power for that, because some of the PS5 games that have come to PC, man, you can really crank them.
Hmm.
But it's like that's one for people who want to be able to do that.
Hmm.
If you really want to be able to do that, you're not necessarily the target audience for this
Right,
Steam machine.
right. I also saw that they will be introducing Steam Machine verified as well. So that's also going to help with the any games are going to be specially like optimized and like where they are verified for the Steam Machine as well. So it's going to be the same thing how it is with the Steam Deck, which is
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
It's great.
Which yeah, that is one thing that I find myself looking at now.
Yeah, is
Is
things how are things verified?
because like any a lot of games that aren't like truly verified for Steam Deck, it's for like small reasons.
The dumbest reasons. Yeah,
It's
make
like
sure to always read why because
yeah,
sometimes it's the dumbest reasons.
it's like it could be something as simple as you may have some text that's a little small, or like
Yeah.
there'll be a keyboard prompt, or it's
Yes.
like there'll be a keyboard prompt that you need, and it's like, okay, well, you're gonna pop up a keyboard anyway
Yep.
for me to be able to enter it in.
Yep. Because I know, like,
Because
with
at the end of the day, any game for the most part that has controller capabilities or controller compatibilities are going to work on the Steam Deck.
yeah, yeah. Because I know, like, for Christina, she's played her whole Mass Effect run on the Steam Deck, and like, it's not Steam Deck verified. It's mostly, and I think the reason why it's not verified is literally just like a menu related thing, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Well, it's
Like
like
that's it. So always read it why, because it's usually something stupid if it's
most of the
not.
games I have installed on my Steam Deck are not Steam Deck verified.
Yeah, like it's not really a big deal. So even if things aren't Steam Machine verified, just read why. It's usually not a big deal. But I feel like with the Steam Machine, you might have a lot more that are verified
Oh
than
yeah.
the Steam Deck. So I don't know. I mean, the announcement for this, the GabeCube, is really sick. I'm excited. I'm gonna keep my eye on it, like legit. Like I'm interested in the thing next year. I know Christina would be as well. Like this is pretty cool. I like this thing. Obviously, in terms of the other main announcement, the Steam frame, I'm still not just interested in VR at this time. The time will come where I will be. It's still just not there yet for me. It's still
Yeah,
cool though.
I'm
Shout out to them.
I'm interested to see mostly where price points lie
Yeah,
at. Because say I'm not super big on VR right now,
yeah,
but
I
there's
agree.
not the big name VR games that are out there are not
For you,
they're not my style of games I would want to play in VR.
like Half-Life Alex.
Yeah, it's like there I don't really want to play games like that in VR.
Or Resident Evil 4, the remake.
So it's like I'm kind of, if a couple more games come out that look like they would be something
Yeah.
I would get excited for, then maybe I'd start getting excited about VR.
So you don't want to play Midnight Walk in VR? That sound great.
I didn't want to play Midnight Walk anyway.
I still need to get that game. I have yet to play it. Hershey also said always turn off motion blur. That's fair. That's fair. There's a lot of people that do that.
I mean, realistically, it should be off by default.
Right. No,
If
100%.
you want it, you should go turn it on.
Yeah, no, it should be off by default 1000%. 1000%. But no, everything with the Steam Machine, aka the GabeCube, is super exciting though. Like I said, I think it's going to be the device that could really set aside the Xbox, especially with the way Xbox is going kind of in the future with their direction. Let's shout out something. Let's shout out some Rogue Energy. Use our referral link down below. Promo code SparkE3 to get 10% off your order. Doesn't matter if you're picking up Hydration Chill or the energy, the cans of the tubs. You can still get 10% off that order. Hey, if they got a better sale going on, like a BOGO or something of the sort, no big deal. You don't have to use a promo code. Use that code. Save yourself some money. But hey, if you use the referral link, you're still going to help out the brand, and we'd appreciate that extra support. All right. Let's talk some arc raiders now. Big update. You told me. I didn't look into it. I just went. Yeah. The context for how this immediately got on is I messaged John. I was like, I have no idea what to put on the thumbnail for that third spot in the title. And all John said is, Arc Raider's got a big update. I said, all right, say less.
Yeah.
So here we are. Northline update. What's popping?
Is the Northline update started with new map is the biggest thing. So new map was added, but community had to unlock the map, which is kind of funny because to unlock the map, it was everybody could log, like when you logged in, you could donate resources
Right.
to help unlock the map. And very quickly after the update went live, they kind of not exactly rolled back, but increased the amount of resources that would be required to unlock the map because, as they said in their post, we didn't know how enthusiastic you guys were going to be.
At least they're honest.
So it still took less than 24 hours after they increased the amount of resources and the new map was out.
Mhm.
So yeah, big thing is new maps, Stellar Montes. It feels like a much more contained map. It's more of a like inside of a complex.
Yep.
But inside the new map, there's a new arc enemy called the Shredder. It definitely shreds. It's yeah. I've only been on the new map a couple times last night, but it was interesting to run around. Confusing trying to figure out where to go on it.
Mhm.
But yeah, that was one thing. New arc enemies on that map. The new map in general, there's some new equipment that can be used. We got a couple new, a couple new grenades, new mines that do a lot of damage. And then there's a whole bunch of new resources. Don't know if I need them for anything yet, but there's a whole bunch of new stuff on the new map that I'll probably discover more as I actually play on that map more. But yeah, and what is it? There with the new map and the update, they have kind of like a battle pass, but it's a free one. It's like just playing and gaining XP. You make progress in it.
Mhm.
So and more like skin colors and skins and like emotes and stuff that you unlock for doing that, which is nice. But yeah, the biggest thing is new map, which is kind of crazy because we're less than 3 weeks from launch,
Yeah.
and we've already got our new map,
Right.
and they're pushing updates like at a fast pace right now, which is kind of crazy because it's giving players like me who like I play after work and on the weekends.
Mhm.
So it's like I haven't finished everything that's out yet or that was out previously. And then for the people that have been like playing it nonstop since then, they're also getting new content at a rapid pace too, which is
Mhm.
fucking crazy. And they're gonna keep rolling it out. I know in December, I think we get new quests, maybe some new equipment and like new map conditions.
Mhm.
But yeah, they are pushing content like crazy right now, which is great because it always feels like there's something new happening.
Right.
Oh, there's also there's a new big boss that can show up on maps. Previously we had the queen. Now we have the matriarch, which is I've seen it. I haven't tried to fight it. I've seen it and I've heard people fighting it. Well, I don't know if I heard people fighting it, but I heard it fighting people.
That's a great way to put it.
Uh, from what I've seen, a little more aggressive than the queen. I don't know how hard the fight is in comparison because I still haven't fought the queen. But yeah, assuming that we keep getting new big arc enemies, with some of these updates as well, man, there's gonna be a lot of big boss fights to do,
Hmm.
and I haven't even started on those yet.
Right.
So there's still, and for context, I'm like 60 something hours, around 60 hours in,
Hmm.
and with the amount that there's still for me to do, man, there's no end in sight.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question on this that I was thinking about. Now, obviously, like one example I thought of is a very different genre. So it could be like a genre to genre thing. But like obviously, one thing that we see with live service games on if they're able to really kind of maintain momentum long term is, well, obviously number one, the game's fun. That's great. But obviously, content. I feel like there's always like a sweet spot that developers have to try to find with when content kind of comes out. And obviously there's other things that go into play with development and stuff. But like, I thought of an example because me and you were playing this is like Halo Infinite took forever to get content, like forever. The length was incredible. Then you have something more like, let's say, a Destiny where it's like kind of a medium length range. And then this one was very fast. And it's like Marvel Rivals those are seasons, but it's like new content drops are pretty quick. All different genres, I understand. So please forgive me. But like, did this feel too quick to you? Is this like, I know you said it's great because there's like so much for you to do, but like, do you think that's a bad thing? Do you think like, what do you think is the sweet spot for when content drops? As someone that does not play normally live service games, especially extraction shooters, what's that sweet spot here?
I mean, for right now, it feels good because
Okay.
it's still, especially for someone like me, because like people that have been playing it more and are more like either done or close to done with quest lines
Hmm.
and all of that, they're probably going into it more as they're going in, they're fighting. It's like they're fighting the queens, they're fighting the matriarchs now.
Hmm.
They're going in for the like they're going in, probably going in for juiced PvP lobbies and stuff. Whereas half the runs I go into, I'm going in, I'm looking to get a quest done, or I'm looking to go find specific resources, or I'm just going on money runs. It's like I'm still unlocking stuff. So like for me, it is a quick update, but it's nice to know that I still have something to like aim towards.
Right.
And because like not all of the updates are going to be this quick. We're not going to
Yeah, true,
like
true.
I don't think
This is not the norm.
it's like it's one where yeah we got a map, we got a new map real quick. It'll probably be a couple months before we get another map. I don't remember what the roadmap looks like. I don't know if they did a roadmap leading into 2026, or I know we had November and December. I don't remember if we had like January or something like that. Uh, but from what I think it was, I think they're still planning on 5 or 6 more maps,
Hmm.
which means there's gonna be maps coming out for a long time. But the other thing is they can push out not like new map size updates, but it's like we can get new updates every month or every other month with as long as it comes with like quests, new enemies, new resources, new equipment, stuff like that. It's all new stuff to aim for and test and see if it's worth using.
Right.
So there's it's one where right now this was a bit quick because yeah, I'm like I said, I don't know if I'm really prepared for the new map that much because from what I've seen in my few attempts going into it, people are going into it. Most people are going into it little more juice, a little more ready to fight, uh, little better gear, which I gotta change my attitude going into it uh, for those runs. But I don't know. It's nice to see. It's nice to see that they're like they've got stuff ready.
Right.
They're trying to keep people engaged. Because the other thing is, like big the big daddy in the extraction shooter world also just hit 1.0.
Yeah.
Escape from Tarkov hit 1.0 this weekend,
Hmm.
and Escape from Tarkov came out on Steam,
Yeah.
which is, I mean, it's launch weekend. Servers are fucked.
Yeah.
But it is
Right.
it is what it is.
It's a situation of like, while Arc Raiders already has like this head full of steam and everything's rocking and rolling, everyone is like calling this game like their game of the year. They didn't want to like lose too much of the player base because people, time is the number one currency, right? So it's like try to retain any sort of player base they can, because it's like while while you have a genre competitor with Escape from Tarkov, in all technicalities, you have other competitors
It's
dropping with
yeah.
Call of Duty. You
It's
have
also
Battlefield
Escape
doing
from
well.
Tarkov is also like there's a crossover in player
Yeah,
base
yeah,
there, but
true.
there's also a ton of people like me that like I will play Arc Raiders. I will not play Escape from Tarkov.
Right.
I have tried,
Yeah,
and it is not the game for me.
that's fair. That's fair.
And but it's one where because I don't remember when Tarkov was announced that it was going in, but it could be that they were like, man, Tarkov's coming out. Let's have a big content patch to keep people interested, and like keep people ready to grind on our game.
Right.
So it's one where, yeah, they're rapid firing content right now. We'll have to see how 2026 looks,
True.
because that's going to be the big thing. Is how are the big content drops going to be for 2026?
Mhm.
How are they planning on spreading it out going forward?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when you told me they had a big update, my first thought was, okay, cool, perfect thing for the show. But then I also thought, damn, that was quick. Shout out to Arc Raiders, man. I mean, it is cool to see all the success for it, and also just to further kind of follow up on our main conversation from last week. It's also just really cool to see all the solo queue love, because like that has now gotten into my TikTok and YouTube Shorts algorithm of videos of solo queue and how positive it is. I actually had a guy comment a couple hours ago on that video that you were talking about it. And he said, I've been fake friendly twice by some absolute psychopaths, and it frustrates you to the core for a bit each time. But I'll be damned if it isn't usually followed up by the next round of some of the greatest human interactions in gaming since probably the early days of MMOs.
Oh
I
yeah,
was like, I love that for you, man.
yeah.
That's great.
I've had my fair share of fake friendlies,
Yeah.
but sometimes I'm a little more prepared than they were expecting.
Okay, yeah, that's fair, because you are very aggressive in the other queues, so that is fair.
Yeah, it's one where if 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 I come strolling by and you're acting friendly with me, when I turn around and you go to shoot me, you better make sure I'm also not standing next to a barricade that I can duck behind, and then be ready for you,
Right.
because that's happened a couple times.
Yeah, be ready to catch some haymakers after that, about to start throwing down. But no, hey, shout out to Arc Raiders though. I mean, huge success. It's cool to see that this update's doing well too. And honestly, the player counts for this game just continue to impress.
I did have a funny interaction this morning. I was just jumping into solo doing some quests.
Yeah.
Spawned into damn battlegrounds, went to the generator room, and I was looking around I just searched for an item. I was trying to find it. And some dude on the like balcony above me shoots me, like hits me with a Pharaoh shot. And I just kind of stop and I look at him as he falls down. I'm like, dude, I haven't looted anything.
Right.
I'm like, I jump into proc chat. I tell him, like, dude, I haven't looted anything. I ran straight here for my quest. I mean, you can kill me if you want to. I'm not. You got me dead to rights right now.
Right.
And he just looked at me and goes, you know what, dude, I'm good. I'm gonna go my own way.
Yeah.
And he just left me. And I was like, all right, finished my quest, and I left.
That's great. Oh man, that's funny. Like I said, shout out to Arc Raiders, man. I've been keeping track of the numbers for that game and just how it continues to rise. And like, dude, it's all over my timeline on Twitter and stuff. Like the conversation around the game is so positive. So that's fantastic.
It is a great game.
Yeah.
Like I said, we talked. I mentioned it going into it. I was like, I'm glad, because I said before the server slam happened, I was like, man, I'm glad I get a chance to test this game before I just buy it.
Right.
Didn't think I was going to be playing it this much.
Yeah. Taking over your life a little bit.
But it's been fun.
Yeah.
I played the hell out of it, but I'm going to keep playing it.
Right. All right, let's shout out some merch. Go over to SparkE3Shop.com and pick up any of our merch. Like 7 out of 10 is a good game, because 7 out of 10 is indeed a good game. You can also go pick up the SparkE3 hoodie as it's starting a little bit colder. The B shirt, SparkE3 shirt, Gamesthetic shirt, unprofessional, do better and more. And we'd appreciate that extra support if you go pick up some merch. All right, John, are you ready to get into the main event here?
It's time.
It is time. It is time for the main event.
So if you're wondering what we're talking about, we've mentioned it a couple times. Dispatch is now fully out. All episodes are now out.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna lead off by saying, you told me, I think it was last week, that Zach had messaged you and said, "Man, I love it coming out every week. It's a great way to play the game." I don't know how that motherfucker did that.
I don't either. I was thinking the same thing, man.
I sat down last Sunday and played through the 6 episodes that were out, and I was just upset that it wasn't all out.
Yeah, dude. So mine actually took me 3 days to complete because of when I started it Thursday and Friday. It was super late. Dude, when I tell you Thursday, I almost considered just saying fuck Friday and calling into work and just play. I'm staying up till I finish this damn game. Because it was I didn't sit down to play it till almost 10 o'clock. And I only played a couple chapters. And I'm like, I kind of want to just stay up for the next however many hours and beat this game right now.
Wednesday I was hopped in playing Arc Raiders with Hershey.
Yeah.
And around 8 o'clock, I was just like, I gotta call it here, dude. Dispatch final episodes came out, and I gotta go play it.
Yeah. No, dude. Dispatch was such a pleasant journey, man. God bless. I had so much fun. Honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight once I get back in. I don't know if I'm gonna, go start playing some more Sandrocks and playing a lot of that, or just immediately start my second run of Dispatch. This game was incredible.
I told you I'm letting it simmer a bit.
Yeah.
I'm letting it simmer. I'm definitely doing another playthrough of it.
Yep.
One, because I just want to.
Yep.
And two, it's like 8 hours.
Right.
It's like an 8 hour time commit. It's that I could sit down on a Sunday and do that.
So what I'm thinking about is honestly tomorrow full run in one sitting, because I do want to see how long it would take me in a single sitting. So I am thinking tomorrow I'm gonna do another playthrough tomorrow. I'm very heavily leaning towards that.
Yeah, because it is nicely paced where it doesn't overstay its welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Which I could honestly, I wouldn't have minded another 2 episodes.
True.
True. But no, the game, aside from just the story and the writing, which I praised the writing when the demo came out, just because of the humor that we had in that episode.
True.
That was a great episode for the demo to take place in. But the story of the game is great. The writing is fantastic in it. Animation,
top notch.
Is top notch. My second playthrough, I'm probably gonna just do the cinematic because I did the interactive for my first play.
Yeah, I did interactive too.
So I'm probably gonna do cinematic just so that I can in the cutscenes I can just kind of sit back and enjoy them a little more.
Okay, yeah, because there were times I was a little stressed a couple times, and I was really having to focus on my thing.
Yeah, I feel like I may have I missed a little bit of some of the action scenes.
Yeah.
From that, but animation is top notch on it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I cannot praise the voice cast for this enough.
Oh my god, I know. They're all incredible.
The voice the voice acting in this game is phenomenal.
Yes.
There's a couple characters in the game too. I did a 180 on.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't care for much in the beginning. By the end of it, I was like, I love these guys.
Right.
But yeah, no, the game overall is fantastic.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed my time with it. But yeah, like I said, I cannot praise the voice acting in this game enough.
No, the voice acting, everyone, they all did an incredible job, top to bottom. I mean, even, Moist Critical and Jacksepticeye both did absolutely incredible in their respective roles. Everyone did great. Everyone was great. The way they delivered the lines and stuff, whether it was just like the quick little dispatch lines or like the full story s dialogue, everything was great. They did a phenomenal job from beginning to end. All the different choices and just how the deliveries were on those said choices. The comedic parts, the serious parts, all of it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Cannot like what John's saying. Cannot praise it enough.
Yeah. The one thing I can't that I'll say is the gameplay element of it, the actual dispatching,
Mm-hmm.
is like the weakest part of the game in my opinion.
Right.
The story, character interactions, choices, all of that is so good. The dispatching, it's not that I don't enjoy it, but it is one where it's one of those where you do get story progression through it. You get character interactions
Mm-hmm.
like you mentioned, but it's one where that's not why you're playing the game.
Sure.
You're playing the game for the story.
Yeah. I
Uh,
will say though, the dispatching, like I do agree, it's the weakest part. Of course, it's still fun, but the weakest part by all technicality, something has to be the weakest part. Honestly, I still think it's fun enough where it could be like its own standoff little mini game.
I mean, the problem was I don't know how yours went, but by the end of mine, like by the end of the game doing the dispatching, it didn't matter if I could send one or four heroes to a thing. The most I would ever need was two, and
Right.
I would completely max out the thing.
Yeah.
So it's one where the dispatching kind of in the first 4 episodes, yeah, there was a little bit of like who can I actually send with it?
Mhm.
How can I maximize it? What I think I'm gonna need and stuff like that. By the end of it, it didn't matter who I sent.
Right.
Just because like most of the time I sent one person.
Mhm.
It's like the only time I ever sent more than one was if I wanted to completely max out the thing.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, it's one where for that to be its own little standalone minigame, it'd have to have a little bit more to it.
Yeah,
A little bit
like
more.
and like difficulty settings and stuff.
Yeah, it's like it would have to
I just
be.
saw people like conversate about that on Twitter. I'm like, that's an interesting thought. If it was just like a quick little spin-off game you just download, kill some time on, I could see that.
Yeah, it's like it could be its own little thing, but it'd have to be like kind of like a quick series that you went through and then kind of
Yeah.
reset and randomized people and stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah, overall, what's your board rating?
I saw your eyes look over at the board. Uh, I would say this is a very strong 9 out of 10. Very strong 9 out of 10. I don't think I can bump to a 10. I don't think I can go to a 10.
It's not a 10.
No, I think a 9 is good for me
A 9.
because the story was incredible.
The story was incredible. I'm sitting around an 8.5 just because the gameplay elements, the dispatching of it, kind of just took a backseat
Mhm.
in the later part of the game. It's like it was there, and there were there were story elements with it that tried to or like kind of tried to force it to matter a little
Mhm.
bit more or to be a little more challenging.
Yeah.
But it was at least for me in my run, it kind of took a back seat for me. Like
Right.
I knew I had to go through it to get to where I wanted to get.
Right.
Uh,
It almost sounds like it fell into the same realm as the tactics gameplay for Digimon Survive for you.
in a way, it's like because it was like in the beginning it was enjoyable, and
Yeah, yeah.
at the end I was just kind of doing it to move on.
Yeah.
Which maybe that's just the way I built the stats on my characters because I built it to try to optimize sets like sending two people at most,
Hmm.
no matter the scenario. So maybe it's on me for uh over specializing my team.
Mhm.
Or maybe not over specializing, but like making I had like two people that were specialized and everybody else was a generalist.
Mhm.
So it made it where no matter who I sent, the chop would get done.
Right.
Uh So maybe on my next run, I'll specialize a little more and
Kind of play around with it.
and like play around with it. Try to make it a little more, make the dispatching a little more interesting for me.
Yeah, because like I will say for all mine were all mostly like specialized. Like it wasn't till like some of the last couple dispatches where I started to kind of like, all right, let's go mess with this stat. It's a little bit lower. Like I was very heavily specialized. So like I feel like it added a level of difficulty for me personally. Because that was pretty much my entire team. My whole team was all specialized in various things. And like
Mine
there were one or two stats they were really good in.
mine was not.
Yeah. No, I didn't start to generalize till like the end of the game.
I had like two specialists and everyone else was good at everything.
Yeah, no, I really honed in on the specialist side of things. So I will tell you, it did add an extra layer of like fun difficulty to it. So, um, just a few things that kind of fall into the overall conversation, not the spoiler conversation we're gonna have. So for starters, it did kind of finish off like an 89 on Metacritic, so that's pretty dope. The devs are apparently considering a season two. And Aaron Paul, who of course voices Robert, he also commented that he would love to do multiple seasons. He even had said in an interview with Charlie, I hope that you and I get to do multiple seasons of this game. I hope we get to do more. So I had two questions. One, does season two like low key feel impossible not to do at this point? And two, do you think this game could potentially sneak into the Game Awards nominees for Game of the Year? Because like Telltale Games have been in there before.
I don't
Because The Walking Dead once was.
I don't think with the year we have that it's sneaking into Game of the Year.
Okay, all right.
The other I will save. The season 2 I will save for
The spoiler
the
talk.
spoiler talk.
Okay.
Let's just put it this way: I want a season 2.
Okay. For the sake of this video clip, because this will of course be a video clip, I do feel like a season 2 needs to happen. I've just from like the reception of it,
Yeah.
story stuff that can still be done. I feel like it needs to happen.
I will say this for the sake of this part of the conversation. I would very much like a season 2 from what I've seen so far,
Right.
or from what I saw in my playthrough.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think a season 2, to me, it low key kind of feels impossible to not do at this point. Like, which is fine, go ahead and do a season 2, do a season 3 too while you're at it. I will also add one last thing before we move on to spoilers. This is just really a personal thing, but I'm really glad, and it's going to sound kind of messed up, and I'm glad one thing failed, but hey, in return, something else was a success. I'm glad that this didn't end up becoming a TV show to start and was a game, just because for the sake of a very personal, selfish thing that allowed me to, experience this and get into this. Because like I'm a very notorious not a movie TV watcher. I very rarely watch shows or watch movies. You could tell me some of the greatest movies and shows in the history of television and movies, and I guarantee you I will not seen a lot of them. I'm glad it was a game.
I'm very similar in that.
Yeah.
I actively ask people not to recommend TV shows to me.
Right.
Because when people start recommending them to me, it for whatever reason it makes me not want to watch it.
Yeah. No,
if I come across it on my own when I'm browsing, I'll watch it eventually.
Yeah.
But it's like very rarely do I just start watching something.
Yeah, no, because it's like the way I always put it to people, especially right now, because like obviously, like I mentioned earlier, we have this ongoing joke of when AniMan Plus is going to come back. It comes down to when I have free time, I want to play games. I don't want to go watch anime right now or go watch a TV show. I'd rather go play games. That's what I'd rather spend my free time with whenever I have like nothing else to do. So just as a personal thing, I'm glad that the game is the direction they went, because especially puts this kind of game style back up in the front of people's minds of like, wow, these games, like we really like these. Like The Walking Dead was fantastic. The Batman ones were pretty solid. Wolf Among Us was amazing. It really kind of puts this style back in the forefront of the head.
It's so long since any of them have come out that it's like the masters of the craft get to show off again.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the other reason I'm glad that this went to a game route, is because what you just said, the masters of the craft, they get to show off. So it puts this style of game back in the front of people's minds, which is great. I love it.
The unfortunate thing is, if a season 2 was to happen, It'll be a couple years.
Yeah, it will be a couple years, which is fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
which
I'll
is
wait
fine.
for it.
Oh, absolutely. And the moment we get some sort of announcement at
That's
you
gonna
know, at a
that's gonna
summer
be
game
one of the
fest
most
or
exciting
oh yeah.
video clip. That would be one of the most exciting trailers to come out.
Yeah, no, that is gonna be like the peak of this. You can announce anything else you want at Summer Games Fest. The moment we get in the middle of the show, Dispatch Season 2, GG. That's it. That's our favorite announcement of the show. Right there.
Well, that's like back when we got the Expedition trailer. We came out of it super
I
excited.
know,
When
yeah.
when-
It says I'm still live. Are we
oh,
good?
there we are.
Are we good? It says I'm still live on OBS. Okay.
Yep, I think we're still good.
Yeah. I think it reset the stream over here, but the stream never got reset. I will tell you up front, I hope and pray to God that was not like a full like my house internet drop, because currently my company is doing a massive software integration. So my laptop is on in another room right now, and it's on for the whole weekend. If it messed up that software integration and I'm cooked for Monday, I'm gonna be mad as hell. Anyway, no, like I remember like I posted a clip
Yeah.
about Exodus 33
It's
over a
like
year ago.
We usually, when there's a big showcase, we kind of hone in on like 2 games.
Yeah, yeah.
And man, it's nice when those 2 games
Hit.
are both hits.
Yeah, absolute bangers where it's just like, damn, we called it. Let's go. Oh, that's great. Now, Dispatch, phenomenal. If you have not checked it out, I've already been recommending it to multiple people. Go play Dispatch. It is incredible. It is worth $30. It is absolutely amazing. With that said, let me make a timestamp here. I think it's time. Let's do 5:57:25 spoilers. All right.
Okay, now
Dispatch spoiler
yeah.
time. Fair warning.
starting off at the beginning of this, if you have played Dispatch, or if you haven't completed Dispatch, jump forward to the next section of the video.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be the spoiler-filled section where we just have fun talking about our runs.
Correct. If you are an audio listener, it should already be good to go. Obviously, if this is a standalone video, you know what you clicked on. And if you're listening to the full episode on YouTube, I got timestamps down below. With that said, let's jump into some Dispatch spoilers. Where do we want to start? Do you have questions for me? I have questions for you. Where are we starting?
I'm just going to jump into the deep end of it.
Okay.
At the end of your game.
Yep.
Hero or villain?
For a certain character.
I mean, we could say the character. We're the spoiler talks.
Yeah. Villain route.
Villain route.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm villain route.
Yeah. And Invisigirl, it was what's called apparently the bad mentor route is what happened for me.
Yeah. The achievement I got was failed as a mentor.
Yep. Yeah. That was what I got too. Yep. The bad mentor route is what I got.
Do you know Zach's?
I don't actually. Did he tell you?
Yeah.
What was it?
He got hero.
Okay. So
he got the good route.
Okay. So he went the good mentor route. Okay.
Yeah. Romance option?
Blonde Blazer.
Technically, no one.
Oh, so you went no one. Okay.
No, I was romancing Invisigal, but if you go villain route, you get the achievement for keeping romance out of the workplace because you don't technically get together at the end.
All right, so I'm gonna have to keep that in mind because I think so also for context, I actually played this on PlayStation 5. So I do want to try to platinum this game. So I will keep that in mind because every trophy is of course hidden for this game.
So yeah, if I mean you're in the spoiler section, so if you're romancing Invisigal, you have to go the hero route with her to actually get or to like get the achievement for like the romance option.
Right.
But yeah, I tried to play Robert with Robert.
Right.
And it led to villain.
Okay. All right. I played mine in the mindset of like, okay, I knew I was gonna immediately do a second playthrough again, probably tomorrow. So I was like, okay, for this run, I'll do the romance with Blonde Blazer, okay, and I'll try the Invisigirl next. So going through that, I tried to go about it in the way of, I'm a loyal guy, I'm a loyal fella. So it's like I leaned out. I didn't really entertain it that much because it's like, hey, I'm kind of doing this other thing. I wasn't playing down the line. So that played evidence to why I end up getting the bad mentor route, because like you got to have so many points with certain decisions with Invisigirl to not get the bad mentor route, and I only hit one of them, and that was trusting her at the end. That was the only one that I did right, apparently.
I was kind of surprised that I got the bad mentor.
Right.
Because I kind of went with her on almost everything.
So
I did cut her.
Okay, I was gonna ask, did you cut her or side her there? Okay,
I think cutting her is the
what
big.
did it.
I think
Yeah.
that's the big point.
Yeah, so I cut her too. And again, I cut her because I totally, again, I'm going for this case, I was trying to go the route of Robert, of where I was not romancing her for starters, so I didn't have that romantic tie as a character, but also like they all have a point, right? Robert's a superhero, right? He understands that while she's trying, she ultimately did do things that, number one, disobeyed orders, broke the mission, whatever, went rogue. So it's like I went with the mindset of, okay, everyone has a very fair point. She needs to get cut. So that was my mindset going into this. That's a fair point.
That was mine too. I was like, I'm building this team up.
Yeah.
Everybody,
everyone's doing better.
Almost everybody agrees.
Yeah.
So I was like, go with the team.
Right. Yeah. No, that was the decision that I went with. I safely assume that when the time came, you told the team that you were Mecha Man as well. Okay. Yeah, I did too. I didn't hide that one, which led us to almost being incinerated by Flambe. So
who'd you cut at the beginning?
I cut Coop. Who'd you cut? Sonar?
I let the game decide.
Oh, you just let it ride.
I just let it ride.
Okay, so
it cuts Sonar.
Okay, I think Sonar was the right option then, right? I was gonna ask because like whenever you let the game decide, does it auto default to left or is it random?
I don't know if it's random. That's the only one I let it auto decide.
Okay.
And it cut Sonar.
All right, I'm glad that's the case. I got a question. What was Sonar like at the end? Was he like menacing at all, or is he still a dipshit but doing things?
He's less of a dipshit, more of a badass.
Okay, because man,
for the most part,
because I saw a Reddit thread on that too, where it's just like, yeah, I cut Coop, whatever, and Coop was like terrifying in all of the last parts. I'm curious what Sonar was like, and I was like, that's a good point, because Coop was like pretty damn hardcore at the entire ending sequence. I was like, I wonder what Sonar would have been like.
During some of the cutscene stuff leading into the end sequence, he was still a bit of a goofball. Yeah. Once it got into the ending, like towards the ending sequence, he kind of took on that Predator of the Night persona.
Oh, that's sick.
Because like when you're like under the facility and the shadows looking around, oh man, you just see red eyes whipping around the place.
That's so sick. Yeah. No, I mean, he's obviously going to get cut on my next playthrough because I cut Coop the first time. I'm going to try for the most part, make opposite decisions of everything that I did. There are some decisions that I feel like I'm going to make the same decision every time, just based on I don't want to really do another one. I'm drawing a blank on those now. If you start asking me, I'll probably remember. But there was at least maybe 2 to 3 decisions that when I made the choice in the moment, I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'd make another choice. I think that I'd make that every time. Every other choice in the game, I'm like, oh, I'm excited to see what this other one looks like.
I will say I think it was the other day you messaged me. You're like, I played the first 3 episodes of Dispatch. I'm gonna start 4 later. I almost messaged you and was like, it's about to get spicy.
Oh yeah, it did. Though, like, caught me off guard when I started chapter 4. Caught me off guard.
Everybody off guard. Comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, talking about Invisigirl having a wet dream about Robert. Lead off with chapter 4.
It comes out of left field.
It does.
It goes from like, okay, yeah, this is like, this game has some violence and some language in it to, oh, this is an adult game.
Yeah, this is for adults. All right, let's pump the brakes a little bit.
But no, I don't know. It's funny because Zach messaged me. I guess he looked and saw my Steam achievements.
Oh yeah,
because he just messaged me and he goes, "So, did you kill Shroud?"
Yeah, because I did see you can have that choice if you go hero route.
That's what I told him. I said, "I didn't get the option."
Yeah, same here.
that's what he messaged me. He goes, Okay, now I have questions.
Yeah. No, we did not get the option. He got a nice knife to the throat.
Yeah, no, it was man, the game is fantastic.
Yeah. Hey, did you add Waterboy or Phenomenon?
Oh, Waterboy.
Okay, yeah, same here.
Waterboy's great.
Yeah, I know. That's one where I don't know if
I
I want to
like
add Phenomenon. I don't know if I want to go that other option when I play it again.
I probably will in
Just
my
to
next
see it,
one,
you know?
just to kind of see it. Waterboy had great interactions.
True.
I assume Sad Phenomenon is going to be a fun person on the team.
Mhm.
Adding Waterboy, I liked Waterboy as a character.
Yeah.
He grew on me pretty quick. Especially once you give him a pep talk, he starts getting his confidence up.
Yeah.
Then I started enjoying having him around more.
Right.
Uh,
So by the end of it, who was your favorite characters? Because like you mentioned before, characters that were starting to grow on you. Who was your favorite characters by the end of it?
I don't know whom the characters that turned around for me was Flambe was one of them.
That's fair.
Even in the dispatch stuff, I hardly used him for a while.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up becoming one of my most sent heroes towards the end of the game, just because I had the upgrade where his stats got better as he succeeded on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
Was that Supernova, I think? Because that's what I had.
Maybe
Where it's like when he misses one, they all go to like 1.
yeah.
Yeah, that was Supernova. That's what I had.
Yeah, so I had that one, and he was one of my specialized people. He was all combat and speed.
Mm.
So I would pair him with honestly, mostly Waterboy, because Waterboy was just like vigor, and he was mostly vigor, and then like kind of balanced out with speed and intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of complemented Flambe.
Right.
But no, it's like one of my most sent heroes, especially towards the end of the game, was Golem.
Oh yeah, because especially when he could like duplicate himself.
Oh yeah, when he
Yeah.
took up more, I generalized him,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like his thing was mostly just evenly spread out stats.
Yeah.
So when if you sent him on a 4-person mission by himself, he almost filled the thing out
Yeah.
by himself. I am blanking on the demon lady's name.
Malvora.
Yeah.
Malvora. It's Mal something.
Yeah, I liked her as a character.
Yeah.
She kind of was mostly in the background for a lot of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, she was a fun character. She's real mad when you cut Sonar.
Yeah, same thing with Punch Out. Punch Out gets pretty mad at you when you cut Coop, but I feel like he kind of let it go fairly quickly, though. At least in my opinion. I don't know how if she lets it go quickly or not.
Eventually.
Okay, yeah, because I feel like Punch Out let it go pretty quickly, personally.
But yeah, it was. I mean, it was one where I'm still trying to think of who my favorite characters were. I mean, I liked Invisigal.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously,
yeah.
I mean, she's like the central
character
of the game for the most part.
Great story, top to bottom, kind of turnaround story.
I liked Blue Blazer as well. I didn't see as much of her going the Invisigal route, or trying to go the Invisigal route. Didn't see as much of her.
I loved Chase. Chase was great.
Oh yeah,
yeah, loved Chase. Whenever he said "keep up," I was like, "Please God, no." Please God, no. I was really nervous he was gonna die.
As soon as it cut over to him, because that's where I had to stop.
Yeah.
That was my
That was your end? Oh, brutal.
That was my end when I played last week.
Yeah.
It ended with him falling over, and I was like, I don't want to stop there.
Yeah, that's brutal. That's brutal. God, dog. No, that would have been a brutal stop, man. No, I loved Chase, dude. I was so nervous he was gonna die.
Honestly, one of my favorite characters, Shroud, while he's wearing the mask.
Oh yeah.
Wait, before when he takes the like his scene in the bar
Mhm.
is great.
True.
Him at the end of the game is kind of whatever for me. I guess that's a question. What'd you give him?
I gave him both.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, gave him both.
Yeah. I have seen the options for what it looks like.
I have not seen what the other ones look like. Yeah, but no, I gave him both Astro Pulses, the fake one, the prototype one, and the real one. I gave him both. And Robert's just like, hey, you wanted it, you got it. Now you got to figure it out which one. Use the wrong one.
But yeah, it's when we're his scene in the bar when he's out of costume and everything is awesome.
Yeah,
That is, but like when he's full suited up and everything, fucking menacing.
true.
Is a fantastic villainous character. But that is, I think that's displayed best in the scene in the bar where he's just out of costume. He's just talking. He's just letting, like, kind of letting you know. It's great.
What was Sonar doing in that scene?
Beating the shit out of me.
Okay. Yeah, because in mine, Coop was just like slashing my stomach over and over again. I was like, God, this is brutal.
Yeah, he was just you. I was just strung.
I'm so excited.
I was
to see what
strung up, and he
Sonar's
was
like.
using me as a punching bag.
I'm so excited to see what it's like when I cut Sonar. I'm so curious now. Like I'm so because he's such like for me since he didn't get cut, he just remained a dipshit the entire game. So it's like I'm so curious what it's like on the opposite end where he's like a menacing villain. Like
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that.
No, but it's what we're. I mean, yeah, we kind of said it all multiple times already, but goddamn, the writing in this game was phenomenal.
True.
That trying to think. I don't know if I really have any other questions about how your game went. We kind of
I'm trying to think too.
We kind of hit some of the big points of it.
We should have been more prepared and probably made notes. We probably should have talked about this before you ever coming over, so we could have had notes on this. Because
Well,
I've been trying to think, man, what questions do I want to ask him?
Well, our ending was mostly the same.
Yeah, ours was the same for this. Yeah.
I guess did you pardon? Did you pardon?
In my case, Coop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pardoned Coop and brought her back to the team. Did you do it with Sonar?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
I mean, they were calling out for him to come back to the team anyway. So
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. No, I gave him the pardon.
There wasn't. I did notice. I'm curious if you noticed this. A nice touch. A nice touch in that ending sequence where like you have the two pulses to give him, to give Shroud, is because earlier I forget what episode it was, like 5 maybe 4 or 5. When you tell them that you're Mecha Man and everybody shows up to watch the test and you have the explosion in that, and Royd is like, "I'm done. I'm not good enough."
Right.
That was 17, if I remember correctly.
I think it was. Yeah, and the one
And
that you
the
gave
one
was
that you give him is
19.
19. So it's like he said he wasn't doing it anymore. He hasn't called you back down to try anything, but he was still working on it.
Royd's a G.
It's like that. I saw as soon as I saw 19 in there, I was like, "Oh man, he's still going."
Yeah. Actually,
he's still trying to do it for me.
Actually, that's one of the choices I'd never make different is always fist bump, no matter what. It's a super minor choice, obviously, but always gonna fist bump. I will never see what the other route looks like. I don't want to disappoint Roy. Roy's a G. I was gonna ask. I just thought of one thing early in the game because I'm just curious. Like, if you really pushed it, could you actually go? Did you go on the date with Blonde Blazer and Phenomenon?
No.
Okay, I didn't either.
No.
I'm wondering if you can. I'm curious if you can go get sushi.
I don't know.
I'm curious.
I didn't really think about it.
Yeah, I'm just curious if you could go.
Because for the most part, like I said, I tried to. I played a lot of my choices. Like, I mean, obviously, like some of the stuff was like, okay, well, I want to do this over this,
right?
So it's like some of it was okay. Well, I'm going the Invisigal route, so I'm gonna try to do things according to that.
Hmm.
Uh, but then like a lot of the stuff, I was just like just going off of what characters were like doing in the scene.
Right.
Stuff for like that, where she's like, no, 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 no. I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting involved in that because I'm like, I wouldn't want to get involved in that.
Right.
I don't know what's going on there, but it sounds like it's going to be awkward, and I don't want to be there.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just curious, like if you say, "Oh yeah, that sounds great," I wonder if you can go, or if Blonde Blazer will make up a reason why you can't go. I'm just curious. I'm curious. I'm gonna have to try it. Gonna have to try it. I'm just curious at some point. No, in terms of other major decisions, I can't think of anything else I'm really curious of at this time. Like I said, I should have made notes. I didn't know we were gonna go into spoilers, so that's on me. I should have made notes.
Yeah, that was just something I thought of, like
Yeah,
literally as we were starting.
yeah. It's just like, ooh, yeah, shit. How are we gonna handle this? But the main thing was we got the same ending. That's the main
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Which also, I guess, makes me wonder. It's like if we do a season 2, is it going to be
I
like is it going to be like a Mass Effect situation where you can transfer over the data?
I was trying to figure that out because I don't know I don't really know what the Blue Blazer ending looks like. Uh, I've seen the other version of Invisigal, but I I I know that it's basically hero or villain route.
Hmm.
Uh, but that's why I was saying I would wait to answer the season 2 question because goddamn, the villain route makes so good for a season 2,
True.
especially especially for the route that I went where I was trying to go Invisigal and then she leaves to go be a villain.
Hmm.
I'm like, man, that's a great season 2 to kick off.
See, now you've made me curious what will happen, what it will look like if you do the good mentor route. Because obviously, I went with the Blonde Blazer route, but still got the bad mentor ending. So actually, that actually made me think.
Well, one of I assume you probably got the question uh from Blazer about what, since you got the villain route, uh what is like what to do about Invisigal or something like that.
Oh, or what she's doing, or
Yeah, what
what
she's
she'll
doing.
do next.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
she'll do next.
yeah. I just chose the middle option. I don't know. I just hope she's okay. Is what I did.
I I I mean I kind of did it based off my game, but I said I think she'll come after me or expect me to come after her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh,
Um.
that would make a great season 2 where like cuz in the villain route she kills Shroud and takes his mask
Yeah.
and then leaves to assumably go take over that corporation or that uh criminal syndicate or
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever."
I just realized since you didn't go like the Blonde Blazer romance route, did you meet Mandy?
At the very end.
Okay, so okay, because that's what I was wondering is how did that play out since you didn't know about Mandy sooner?
She as he comes
Flying
Chase
in.
comes flying in. She comes like walking out and then looks over and says, "You're not the only person who didn't have powers."
Okay, yeah, because for me, the way it played out is after Chase does his thing, she comes out, you lock eyes with her, and she said, since you were the only person that I told about the amulet, this is something that he wouldn't have seen coming. That's what she said for me. So
Yeah,
okay, yeah, I was curious. Okay, that's curious. That's interesting. That's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. It is a nice. I mean, granted, they're pretty well known for it. It is a nice touch. All the small dialogue changes based on the small
Yeah.
conversation decisions that you make.
Yeah, even with at the end, whenever you're talking shit with Toxic, you can choose the option if you depending on what you did at the beginning. Where so for me, it was like the middle option was I should have dropped you, you know. So it's like little stuff like that
Oh,
too.
you didn't drop him?
No, I didn't drop him. I did not drop him.
I did.
Yeah, did not drop him. Did not drop him. I will drop him next time though. I will drop him next time though. But yeah, no, I can't think of anything else. You know, I can't think of anything else at this
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Well, we'll think it over if you have some,
Yeah, because I
just
mean,
shoot me a message or
like I
something.
said, I will shoot you a message. And honestly, like I said, probably tomorrow, I think I'm gonna do a beginning to end run again. Because I do also just want to know, like personally, how long would it take me to beat it? I'm thinking probably just 8 hours, like you said, just based on like I know you said you took you 6 hours for the first what 6 chapters, And I'm thinking it'll probably be about the same. But I just want to see how long can you get it done in one sitting. So I don't think I have any plans tomorrow. Maybe a little bit of cleanup around the house at the beginning of the day, and then I'll probably just do Ditch Pass the rest of the day and just kind of get through it. But
Yeah, I assume somewhere around the 8 hour range is what it would take.
right, right.
But yeah, it is. I mean, $30 game, 8 hours, but it's one of the few times where I can look at it and I go, man, that is a goddamn solid 8 hours that you're getting out of that.
Yeah, you're getting a great time, beginning to end.
And it's like I know I'm gonna get even more out of it because I don't usually play games like that, like these style games, and then look at it and go, yeah, I want to do another run.
Yeah,
Man, I want to do another run.
I want to do another run so bad. Don't know if I don't want to start it tonight because I do want to get it all done in a single setting. So I'll probably go in tonight and probably play some Sandrock or something. And again, probably tomorrow, more Dispatch. And I'll probably message you about how it's going. You know, and see whenever you're gonna start it. So all right, let me get some numbers down, even though I don't think the numbers are gonna be correct. Because actually, let me fact check something here. I think the stream went down, I think we technically have 2 streams up. I think we have 2 streams up right now. So I may also do a re-upload of the total episode. No, it still says it's just live as 1. So hopefully it was just 1 quick drop. And it doesn't show that I have a past live stream for this episode. So hopefully it all stayed as 1 episode, hopefully. And I can just timestamp it based on what I've got. If not, I'll probably do like a re-upload of the total episode. Also, Evelyn, thank you for stopping by. No, thank you though. I appreciate it. But no, I'll get all these timestamps done for all the spoiler stuff. You know, again, this is that kind of game that it's kind of tough not to talk spoilers.
Yeah,
you know,
it's like if you don't kind of get into decisions or how it went for you, then it's just an overall thought,
right.
which wouldn't be much different than. I mean, ours would pretty much have been the same as kind of what Zach put out there several weeks back.
Yeah, true. You got anything else you want to talk about? Are you ready to hit the weekly wrap up and work our way out of here today?
I think we're good to keep going.
All right, let's rock with it. So the first thing I got, I think like 4 straight pieces of Nintendo related things to shout out. So the first one is we did get a Prime 4 overview trailer. It has like 7 minutes. I watched it this morning. Just kind of shows pretty basic Nintendo level stuff, right? Like there was a part of it where it's like the core abilities and everything you can do. And it's like they're showing everything that you can do. And I'm watching this, John, and I'm like, you guys are really just delivering on the most basic gameplay functions. Because it's like you have the power beam, the morph ball, you can jump, and I'm like, God bless Nintendo.
Yeah,
God bless Nintendo.
I didn't bother watching this.
But no, it did show like the different terrains and areas. So it's like, it's called the Fury Green. So it's the overgrown jungle, the Volt Forge, which is the Thunderous facility, the Ice Belt, which is the Frozen Lab, and the Flare Pool, which is a molten facility. So watching this and kind of getting the vibe for it, especially when they showed like the bike that Samus can ride, I get like the desert area where the trailer that had her on the bike feels like the general hub, and then you go to the 4 other areas is kind of the vibe I picked up. And also just based off the very clear theming of all the areas, I can probably assume in true like Metroid fashion, each area is going to probably give you some sort of ability in that same like elemental vein.
Yeah.
So like a fire, lightning, ice, and some sort of jungle-ish nature-ish ability. That's just my assumption. I'm just reading the room of what usually kind of happens in those kind of situations. I mean, it looked fine. The Galactic Federation Force will be involved with the game. I did also see this that I thought was kind of cool. I saw people really praising that like the human models for the Galactic Federation Force was like insanely detailed for Nintendo, which is Retro Studios, of course. So I mean, that's cool, that they really put the love and care into making the models look very good and realistic. Overall, still this looks good. Again, some of the trailer just felt incredibly goofy to me. Like it felt like you're reading like an instruction manual from a game in the 2000s. But either way, the game comes out in like I think it's like 2 weeks or whatever. I got it pre-ordered. I'll be picking it up. I'll be playing. I'm looking forward to it. We also got a new trailer for Pokopia, which is that like the me and Christina talked about this. This game is essentially 4 games smashed together. It's like it's Animal Crossing, it's Minecraft, Stardew, Fantasy Life. It's also like Dragon Quest Builders, which of course I think the devs that did Dragon Quest Builders are working on this one. I think I could be wrong, but we do have a release date of March 5th. It will be a $70 game, and it's also a game key card game. Which I was just like, why? Come on, I thought the first party games were supposed to be non-game key cards, guys. Come on.
Probably first party, like
Published,
public,
and
like,
developed,
yeah,
or
like
non.
something like they're big name games. Is
Yeah.
probably what they're talking about.
Yeah. It will have game share, so that's cool if you want to play with a friend because these games are usually traditionally better with friends. They also showed some new Pokemon forms you'll encounter, like Professor Tangrowth, which, hey, I love my boy Tangrowth. It's a super underloved Pokemon in the world, and I love my grassy Tangrowth boy. So it was cool to see him get something. So he's the professor of this game. Whatever. Pikachu, as in peak, like peekaboo. Moslax and Smear Guru. So like some new variants to Pokemon as how they've kind of progressed through this age of where it kind of looks like civilization's fallen. I also saw one thing that someone shared a side by side for of like the first shot of the trailer or one of the earlier shots where it shows like the destroyed Pokemon Center and kind of the ledge behind it. And someone did a side by side, potentially like I guess your starting area of the game. Who knows? Could be Cinnabar Island. Because someone did a side by side of Fire Red, Leaf Green, looks pretty damn identical of like where the Pokemon Center was and like the mountain up kind of behind it. So who knows? Maybe you're on an island right now. Maybe you're on Cinnabar Island. Who knows? Either way, I will say Pokopia actually looks kind of fun. It's not one that I'm going to pick up for myself. Obviously, I'm going to have to buy it. But it's not one that I don't think I'm going to be rushing towards. It feels like on sale for, I guess, $50 because Nintendo doesn't set their stuff on sale. I might get it, but obviously I'm still going to get it because I know she's going to want to play it. But I think it looks there's a fun level to it. I think I don't know. I think for anyone that likes these kind of games, you'll get a level of enjoyment out of it. That's the main thing.
I mean, it's one where, I mean, they're
experimenting.
They're starting to do different stuff
Which
with
is
Pokemon,
good.
which is cool to see.
Yeah.
But
Who knows? Maybe we can get a Conquest 2. Fire Emblem is at an all-time high. Give us a Conquest 2. That'd be great.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to that, but it's not going to happen.
I know it's not going to happen, but we can hope. We can hope, all right? Next thing I've got is just wanted to shout this out because we've had a history on this show of shouting out lists. IGN and Nintendo Life teamed up recently for top 100 best Nintendo games of all time, and this goes for just games published on the platform, not strictly Nintendo developed games. You can go check out the full article breaking down all 100, but I do have the top 10 here to shout out with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe coming at number 10, A Link to the Past, Super Metroid, Chrono Trigger, Ocarina of Time, Tetris, Mario Odyssey, Mario World, Breath of the Wild, and at number 1, Tears of the Kingdom. I was kind of shocked to see Tears of the Kingdom at 1. I thought it would have been Ocarina of Time or Breath of the Wild, personally. That's what my personal thought was going to be. It was one of those two. Or even Super Mario World, which came in at 3. I thought one of those, I thought really Super Mario World or Ocarina of Time would have had the 1 spot. That's my personal take, because I thought that is usually the universal opinion for a lot of people.
I mean, it's one where the general consensus is, I mean, it's one where it's hard to put. I mean, Tears of the Kingdom being above both Breath of the Wild and Ocarina of Time, wild to me.
I love Tears of the Kingdom more than Breath of the Wild, but that's crazy to me from like overall, like I see how the landscape is talked about,
But
it's crazy.
It's one where, I mean, for the last 20 years, if you were to look up a best game of all time list, nobody ever argues the fact that on most of those lists, Ocarina of Time is at number 1.
True.
And it's like, it's only been in the last couple years where there's kind of been the argument of Breath of the Wild being a contender to fight with Ocarina of Time as like the best Zelda game, like objectively.
Right.
And it's one where Tears of the Kingdom, I mean, yeah, it blew up. We saw all the wacky shit with it. It was everywhere for a couple weeks, but for the most part, I think the general consensus was Breath of the Wild was like more enjoyable by the most people.
Yeah, by a lot of people. A lot of people seem to like kind of still lean back to Breath of the Wild, and I think it's also just because like that is the trendsetter. You know what I mean? That was the trendsetter where everything that was coming out after it's like, well, it had its Breath of the Wild moment. You know what I mean? It did the breath. You know, as I know you've talked about that, you were just like, God, I'm so annoyed with how everything's trying to do Breath of the Wild. I remember you talking about that a couple of years ago.
Well, it's because there were a couple games that I played where I enjoyed the game as it was, but they were like early access games that eventually got dropped.
Yeah,
Uh, but then after Breath of the Wild, they completely redid the progression of the game to make it Breath of the Wild.
right,
And I was like, okay, well, I don't like this game anymore.
right. No, like I said, it's just I thought that top 10 was a very interesting top 10. Some of those made a lot of sense, like Chrono Trigger being in there. Like if you're going to count just all games published on Nintendo, like big ones, whatever. Chrono Trigger might have been a Super Nintendo only game, actually. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean, it's another game that, like, when you talk about games of all
Yeah,
time,
that makes
is one of the
sense.
most highly regarded games
Ever.
ever. For like,
Doesn't matter the genre,
yeah,
ever.
it's like when you're just talking games of all time. I mean, Chrono Trigger and Ocarina of Time are two that are always on those lists.
Yeah,
Breath of the Wild has started to creep its way in.
true.
Uh, and it's been long enough with that one now to where, some of that debate, I mean, has some validation to it now.
Right.
It's not just like Tears of the Kingdom. That feels like that's still
Fairly new.
fresh in people's
Yeah.
mind in a sense, or like they're still off the high of playing it.
Mhm.
I mean, as we know, like if you play something and you enjoy it, sometimes your opinion of it is a little higher than it should actually be.
Hey, that's me.
Yeah, I know.
He's calling me out right now.
Hey, you finally acknowledged it.
He's calling me out directly. Right now.
You finally acknowledged it.
Hey, it's still a phenomenal game.
Hey,
It's still one of my favorites. It's my second favorite Zelda game ever. But after hindsight, I still love my OG one more.
But yeah, it's one where I don't put a whole, especially like a top 100 Nintendo games.
Yeah.
Like I don't put a whole lot of stock into that because at the end of the day, nobody cares about what all people are going to care about is what those top 10 are.
True.
And I mean, the list makes sense for the most part.
Yeah, it does.
It's still a wacky top 10.
It's a wacky top 10 because it's like, don't get me wrong, Tears of the Kingdom. I'll say this: Tears of the Kingdom, from a development standpoint, everything in the game is one of the best developed games in gaming history, in my opinion. With everything that you factor in,
the game,
but I still don't think it's number one on this list.
the game itself is a miracle.
Yes,
not because of the game itself, because that game was made and ran well on a Switch.
Which is crazy because of everything in that game and everything you can do. It's insane.
Yeah. And it's like, that is, in my opinion, the most notable thing about the game.
Yes, which the game is great still. The story's great. Everything's cool. All the stuff you can do, fantastic. It improves on Breath in like every way, in my opinion. But it still blows me away that it's number one on this list. Like, that's crazy. Anyway, next thing, hey, we did get the Super Mario Galaxy trailer that got dropped. Did confirm that Brie Larson is going. I think Brie Larson. My bad. I put it wrong on the script. Brie Larson is going to be Rosalina, and Benny Safdie is going to be Bowser Jr. The Brie Larson one makes a lot of sense because if you don't know this, because I know a lot of people be like, oh my god, another just big A-list celebrity, whatever. No, Brie Larson's actually a legitimate diehard Nintendo fan. Like, she's been in like 3 different Switch ads for like Ring Fit Adventure, a couple others. Someone dug up an old article that was posted way back in 2020 where like her boyfriend at the time was like doing an interview, and he got asked about her love for Nintendo, and he's just like, yeah, she's been super addicted to Mario Galaxy recently, and I told her that she was taking it too serious, and she kicked me out for a few days. Like, Brie Larson's a diehard Nintendo and Mario fan, so this one makes sense. I still give all of the flack for the Crest Pratis Mario one. That's just stupid. That's just A-lister cashing on A-lister. Brie Larson, though, makes sense. That one makes a lot of sense. I don't have an opinion on Benny Safdie. He sounded great in the trailer, though. The trailer looked cool. The movie's going to be a fun watch. Next thing I've got is we got a new Horizon game announced. Horizon Steel Frontiers, a mobile and PC MMORPG. made by NCSoft.
You lose me at Horizon Steel Frontiers because I haven't played the Horizon games. I don't care about them. That second part.
Yeah, it brings you back in. It ropes you back in.
The second part sounds trashy. And I'm there for trashy.
Yeah, he's there for his slop, as he calls it.
It's like when it's mobile and PC MMO, I'm like, oh, that's gonna be weird. That's gonna be probably kind of trashy. I'll play it.
Yep. Yeah. The moment I saw this announcement, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be John Slop right here. This is what's gonna get him into the Horizon universe.
That's like, I mean, there are certain types of games that I will go into and I will play it for 300 hours and I will have a great time.
Right.
And then I will look back on it and be like, never going to touch that game ever again.
Yep. Basically. Shout to Lost Ark era. Now, also, apparently this game is not the Guerrilla one. So there's like, I guess, another Horizon Guerrilla multiplayer game coming out alongside this one. Like, that's weird that we have two coming out.
Well, I think this is the cash grab one.
Okay, so this is the cash grab one.
Yeah.
And then you have whatever Guerrilla's going to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that one is going to be like, I think that's like the actual
the big dog.
That's going to be like the big budget one. This is the one that they can make all their money on.
Yeah, especially in all the countries we'll be in and stuff. Apparently, the game will be like an inspired region of like Arizona and Mexico. So I don't know. I mean, it'll be cool to see. Will I play it? Probably not, but cool to see. We also got another new game announcement. We got a new Ratchet and Clank game, but it's a mobile game. Ratchet and Clank Ranger Rumble. It's a fast-paced multiplayer platform arena shooter for mobile. So this is the kind of love that Ratchet gets. At least he gets something. At least he gets something, man. There's also a rumor here about Jess Corden, who's normally just an Xbox guy. So I thought this was interesting that he was throwing this out there from one of his sources. He's heard that Sony is probably going to pull back from PC and focus on their tentpole they've got of single-player games, but their live service games will remain day and date with PC, though.
How the fuck can they pull back from PC? They don't come out on PC for 2 years.
Yeah.
How are you going to pull back on that? You just not release it on PC anymore?
That's kind of the way I assume. Because, I mean, most of the ports aren't that great, right?
I mean, the ports are fine. Some of them have bad optimization for a bit. But it's like, for the most part, it takes 2 years for a PlayStation like single-player game to come to PC anyway.
Yeah. They've come out faster here recently.
It's still a year.
Yeah. It's at least a year, if not, the fastest is maybe 6 months.
It's like that. It's like that just doesn't happen. I mean, it usually takes a year and a half for a quick release to PC, and like a year if the game didn't perform as well on PlayStation as they hoped.
Yeah,
and that's usually when we get kind of like a subpar port that then takes a couple months to get patched. But yeah, it's like I don't understand how this is a nothing, because it's basically just saying, oh yeah, just PlayStation games aren't going to come out on PC anymore.
Yeah,
that's all it's saying.
Yeah,
I mean, hell, they barely come out anyway.
Right. I think the biggest thing for me is focus more on their single player, and I'm like, oh, thank God, just keep doing it. Your live service experiments have mostly failed, which also I got another shout out for that. Apparently, Sony Santa Monica's canceled new IP. It cost about $25 million before they canceled it. This is what I'm talking about. Just do what you do best and do the single player games that we buy your console for.
Well, also, it's like this is something we've talked about before. It's like if you're gonna cancel it at that point.
Yeah.
Don't wait.
That is true. Yeah.
It's like $25 million.
Don't wait till it's revealed to us.
$25 million is a lot of money.
Yes.
But in the scope of AAA games and their budgets, this is nothing really. So it's one where it's like if you're gonna cancel it earlier than this, preferably, so that you don't throw that much money away. But don't keep it going until you waste $100 million.
Facts. Like the next thing, shout to Concord. It lived once more. briefly. There were fan-made servers for Concord that brought it back to life, but Sony has issued the takedown notices on it. So that one was like $400 million. Somehow that property, 400 mil, waste of money, top to bottom. Don't let it get to that point, you know. All right, next up. Hey, shout out to 24 years of Xbox as of today's live stream, November 15th, 24 years ago. The original Xbox came out. So big shout out to that. And we definitely don't have another 24 years of Xbox. That's for sure. That's not happening. Just shouting out Call of Duty Black Ops 7. It's sitting at a very mixed on Steam. The Steam player counts have been under like 100K. I saw it earlier today at like 88,000. It only peaked at 377.
So is that specifically for Black Ops 7? Because
Yes,
most of it is just under a Call of
I
Duty
saw
banner,
that. Yeah, I saw that.
where it just accumulates all of the Call of Duty player counts into one.
So I saw that. So I tried specifically looking up Black Ops 7 is what I looked up and clicked on. So that's why I'm assuming these are the counts, because these are the same kind of counts that I've seen people sharing on Twitter, where it's just like, I saw one guy say, it's like, so is like this mostly a console game, or is these numbers as ass as they look? Like, you know what I mean? Because these are pretty low numbers.
Yeah, I mean it's always been a console game. Console is where Call of Duty
Facts.
like flourishes.
Facts.
It's like console. It's like you got to remember. It's like, yeah, PC player base is there, but I mean these games sell millions and millions of copies. If there were millions of people playing it on Steam, this game would never leave the #1 spot.
Right.
So it's like most shooters and a lot, like most games in general, are purchased by console players.
Facts. And it also helps that it's on Game Pass. I think it's on Game Pass, isn't it? It should be.
I don't know.
I think it is. So anyway, let's keep moving. So I got some. This kind of popped up in the news right now involving Splinter Cell. Apparently, Bloomberg put out a report that the Splinter Cell game was in development at one point, but then it got pivoted to X Defiant. But then I also saw a long tweet from the X Defiant director saying that was not true. The entire time that he was at Ubisoft, there was no Splinter Cell in development. They did have a different game in development before X Defiant, and the game was just trouble. They were having trouble finding their fun in the game, so they ended up canceling it. And then basically, the devs got to pitch anything they wanted. They had a bunch of different ideas and ended up making X Defiant. But Splinter Cell was never that game. But hopefully one day Splinter Cell does get a new game of some capacity, because Splinter Cell games are a lot of fun. I loved playing the GameCube ones back in the day. I haven't really played any since the GameCube era, but the GameCube era ones I played was fantastic. Would love to see a new Splinter Cell one someday. Ubisoft also apparently abruptly postponed their earnings report and call, and temporarily halted trading of shares, but say they will publish them in the info in the coming days. Just wanted to shout that out, because that could be some pretty big news on possible company restructuring. You don't do that just out of the blue. You know what I mean? Especially when you're about to do an earnings call. Hey, shout out to Red Dead Redemption 1, coming to current platforms, coming to Netflix. That's a current platform. Mobile, PS5, Xbox Series, and Nintendo Switch 2. I didn't really see any new details on the enhancements for it, but apparently it is a free upgrade for those who already own it. No Red Dead Redemption 2 made with this announcement, but Nate the Hate is still doubles down, saying that current gen is still coming. Red Dead Redemption 2 also just recently reached the 4th highest selling game of all time. Release Red Dead Redemption 2 on current consoles. Just like give us the 4K 60, because it's capped at 30 FPS. Give us the fancy ray tracing, because realistically, there's not going to be a lot of upgrades you can do. The game already looks amazing. But just go ahead and give it to us. I want Red Dead Redemption 2 with a nice, pretty white PS5 label at the top of the case. That's what I want. That's so hard to ask. It's the 4th highest selling game of all time. Make it happen. Star Citizen is about to reach $900 million in total donations.
I mean,
this game is crazy. Because this thing's not even like technically an alpha yet, right?
I don't know what it is. I know you. I think what it is like, as of now, like you can go into it and like fly your ships around.
Yeah, I think
or
so,
whatever.
something like
But it's
that.
like I don't know that it's much more than that right now.
Right.
But it's one where, I mean,
It's
sure.
crazy. It's crazy.
I mean, If people want to keep donating to it, if they love what they have, or if they really believe in the vision enough to keep donating to it, more power to them.
Yep. Next piece of news I got is TGA nominations will be revealed at Monday at noon Eastern time. Also forgot to shout this out at the beginning of the show. So we may or may not have a show next week. If we don't have a live show, I will at least do a recorded show, like weekly wrap up. But I guess depending on these nominations will depend on if you want to do a show or not, huh? And that's a pretty big thing coming out on Monday. If it's exactly as we thought it was, and I feel like you'll probably be like, yeah, whatever. But man, if there's some plot twists in these announcements, that might be worth doing a show next week. If we do a show, though, it would be earlier on in the day versus our normal time because I got stuff to do. But either way, there'll be, like I said, a video out next week, or we'll do a live stream earlier. We'll see. Let's see. NeoWiz, which is the developers of Lies of P, confirmed they're working on 2 new titles, another Souls-like and a narrative-based RPG. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has sold over 4 million units as of now. And Digimon Storytime Stranger DLC is coming out this winter. So what do you think of the final boss? Did you enjoy it? I thought it was sick.
It was fine.
Okay.
It was cinematic.
Very cinematic.
It was cinematic.
Very cinematic.
It's not a boss fight as much as just like, because it's like I very quickly realized it's not an actual boss fight.
Yeah.
For 95% of it.
Right.
It is just like I just started like basic attacking it, and just waited on the transitions to happen and just kind of watched what was happening.
Right.
For the most part, because it is more of just a showcase of like the cinematicness, like all the cinematic aspects of the fight, and like showing off all of the Digimon that you've helped along the way.
True.
And all of that. It is just a showcase of like you helping everybody come together to do eliminate this big bad threat, essentially.
Sure.
So I mean, it was a cool cinematic experience. A little disappointing as an actual boss fight. But I mean, it was still cool. But it was a little, for the lead up that they had, for the amount of work they made you do to get to the boss. Yeah. It's a bit of an underwhelming fight.
You know what? That's fair. It was so cinematic, and I loved it. I love the cinematics for it.
It takes like from the moment you go from the platform to starting to head to the final boss. It's like 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Okay.
To get to the boss.
Yeah, you're fair.
And then it's like, as cool as the cinematics are, I was like,
you wanted a boss fight.
I wanted the big bad boss fight.
All right. You know what? That's valid. That's very valid.
But yeah, it's one where, having completed the game and rolled credits now, I can firmly stand Digimon Storytime Stranger. 8 out of 10 game.
Solid 8.
It is a very good game. Yeah, I'd say second
Still
in
like
line.
Cyber more.
Still like Cyber more.
That's fair.
Cyber to me is still peak of Digimon games.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
We meet somewhere in the middle. For the next one, we got a masterpiece.
Got a damn masterpiece, baby. Game of the year, dare I say. All right, last piece of news I got is Octopath Traveler 0, which of course coming out in next month. The demo is out right now. The first 3 hours is available, and the data does move over. Wanted to throw this little piece out because I looked in this recently. What console should you play it for? Honestly, whatever you prefer, but one little thing to keep in mind is the building mechanics of the game, because that's one of kind of like the core elements of the game is building this town. So depending on where you play does actually impact on how many buildings you can have. If you get this thing for Switch 1, because I know some people have said, that have a Switch 2, oh, I'll just get it for Switch 1, whatever, because they don't like that it's a game key card is why, right? There is no upgrade path. Square's already confirmed that. So like with the Switch 1 version, you can only build up to 250 buildings apparently. which I know that sounds like a lot, but obviously until we see the scale of size, that may not be very many, especially when you look at the others. So Switch 2 can go up to 400 buildings, and Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 can go up to 500 buildings. So with that being kind of a core element to the game, if you want to play this game, maybe think about that, because I was going to go Switch 2 personally, because I do want to play this game, but I was just like, well, if that's one of the core things, I want to do as much as I can. So I'm actually going to get this on PlayStation 5 personally.
I guess it depends on how much of it is fluff.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why I'm going to go try the demo
and by
kind of take a look
fluff, I
at
mean
it.
like decorative buildings instead of useful buildings.
Exactly. So I don't know. That's just something to keep in mind. Go looking for it for yourself before you start a demo and get your first 3 hours in. With that said, are you ready for Game Set Game of the Week?
Yeah, just making sure I hadn't said it before.
Okay, the list should be fairly recently.
I don't
updated.
see it on here, so unless I'm just missing it, just let me know.
Yeah, it's a pretty updated list.
So Gamestetic Game of the Week. I'm not going like on a game from my childhood or anything. I'm not going some obscure game that we like to do every now and then. You know what? I'm just hitting in the comfort right now.
Okay.
I'm hitting in the comfort. I'm hitting in
Nothing wrong with that.
What I can firmly say is one of my favorite games I've ever played.
Okay.
Gamestetic Game of the Week this week. I'm gonna go with Path of Exile.
Okay. There you go.
Path of Exile. It's one where, in 2025, hard pressed to find somebody who hasn't heard of this game before.
Facts.
Path of Exile is a isometric ARPG. It is top down perspective. It is widely considered to be the gold standard as far as ARPGs are concerned. It is one where a lot of people get turned off initially because Path of Exile is one where if you've ever seen the screenshot of the massive skill tree with thousands of points on it, this is that game. It looks complicated. It's not once you kind of understand it, or once you take a little bit of time to kind of look through it. The game is still extremely complicated and not the most beginner friendly. But they've been working on it over the years. The game is incredible. It is one of the fastest paced combat games. It has some of the deepest progression systems, deepest crafting mechanics. It is, if you spend the time to really get into it, the game rewards you for delving into it and having all of the knowledge with it. But even if you don't want to get into it, if you are someone who wants to try it, looks up a build guide and kind of just follows along with stuff to get an idea for the game, it is still an incredibly good time to have. I have been playing Path of Exile myself for over a decade. I don't remember when I started playing it actually, but I was playing it, I think in beta is when I first started playing it. And it's one where I don't play every new league they come out with. I don't play standard a lot of the times, but a couple times a year, I will always jump back into it and spend a good 100, 200 hours playing a couple characters, having a good time with it. It is a game that, as complicated as it is, as much as it has going on with it, and as confused as I am when I come back to it after an extended break, it is that level of comfort for me,
right?
Because I have been playing it for so long.
Yeah.
So it is. If you like ARPGs and you've always looked at it and thought this game's too confusing, still try to give it a try. I highly recommend it. It, like I said, it is widely considered the gold standard of like ARPG style games.
Yeah.
And it is one where, I mean, you can play it for a couple hours, you can play it for tens of thousands of hours, and there will continuously be stuff to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, Path of Exile, highly recommend.
Hey, nothing wrong with throwing a comfort game in there. I did it just a couple weeks ago. Not as probably notable as yours, but hey, Nothing wrong with throwing a comfort. I mean, I've got games like that that are like super well known that are comfort games that, yeah, you know, every once in a while that itch will come and it's time to go dump 60 to 80 hours into it and not touch it again for a year.
Yeah.
Like it happens. It happens.
Like I said, I will be obsessed with the game for a month at a time, and then it may be 6, 8 months before I come back to it. But I'm gonna come back to it, and I'm gonna play. Like I said, I sometimes I'll think I'm in the mood for it, but I'll play it for 20 hours. Sometimes I'll really be in the mood for it, and I'll play it for 400 hours.
Right. Right.
It just depends on how I'm feeling when I jump back into it.
Yeah.
But I mean, over my time in it, because I played it a little bit on Steam. Most of my time is on the standalone client. I've probably got, I mean, and considering the Path of Exile community, these are rookie numbers. I probably got 4,000 hours.
Ooh, buddy. Rookie numbers, he says too. That's crazy. Yeah. Shout out to Path of Exile for Gamestead Game of the Week. I was really doing a scroll there because it's like, man, has he done that one before?
If I would have done it, it would have been early.
Yeah, it would have been early. I was just like, has this one been done? I feel like he did another notable game like that, but I can't remember.
No, I tried. There's a couple that I hold on. I try to hold on to for a little while.
Yeah, I understand. All right, well, let's hit the music and let's get out of here.
Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And if you like what you saw with us, we do these live streams every Saturday about 6 p.m. Central Time. So come check us out then.
Yeah, and just again, reminder, next week, we'll see. You'll get some sort of piece of content. If we go live, it will be earlier on in the day, probably around like lunch, noon range, whatever it's going to be. Do the show, maybe talk about the TGA nominees and stuff like that. But if we don't have a live show, you'll at least get some sort of video, as probably as well as some other videos that kind of come out. But yeah, also check out Rogue Energy with the referral link down below. Promo code SparkE3 to get 10% off, as well as SparkE3Shop.com. Join the Discord, be a friend, tell a friend. If you want to support us for the Patreons, a great way to do so. Until next time.